Good afternoon, Council. Mayor, my name is Lucas Hernan. I'm a resident of District 2. This past week, Chief Story made another of his grand social media videos celebrating the detention of Mr. Neil Garcia, a citizen of Las Cruces, by federal agents. I understand that there is a failing on more than one level of our overall systems responsible for someone like Mr. Garcia who continues to be arrested and released. I wish I had an answer to that problem, but I don't. What I do have is a concern about the way in which this issue was handled, about the power creep of police chiefs going above and beyond their job descriptions and the directives I thought were pretty clearly supposed to protect all of us. Let's be clear. Police overreach isn't an accident. It's not a rogue officer here or there. It's a pattern, one in which police chiefs bypass their own chain of command, ignore local oversight, and appeal directly to federal agencies that are increasingly weaponized by a regime that sees dissent as a threat. We've seen it in cities where mayors and city councils are sidelined, not by protest, not by riot, but by a police chief who picks up the phone and calls the FBI, the DHS, or even the National Guard to intervene in local matters that should never have left the city limits. These aren't emergency calls, these are power grabs, dressed up as public safety. And what's the federal response? In this administration, federal power isn't a check on abuse, it's a tool of escalation. The same agencies that surveilled Black Lives Matter, that militarized local protests, that detained immigrants without due process, these are the agencies being invited into our neighborhoods by local police who want to bypass accountability. This is power creep, the slow, deliberate expansion of authority beyond what's lawful, beyond what's democratic, and beyond what's just. And let's not pretend that this is about keeping order. When a police chief calls in federal agents because the city council won't fund a new surveillance system, that's not public safety, that's authoritarianism in slow motion. This isn't about race, though it does disproportionately impact Black, brown, and indigenous communities. It's about power, who holds it, who controls it, and who's allowed to question it. When local officials are sidelined, when the citizens are treated as suspects, when protest is criminalized, that's not policing, that's occupation. And it's happening under the guise of law and order, a phrase that's been weaponized to justify everything from mass surveillance to no-knock raids on peaceful homes, the same phrase that's been used to justify the militarization of our streets, the criminalization of poverty, and the silencing of dissent. We need to draw a line. We need to demand the police chiefs answer to their elected officials, not to federal task forces or shadowy agencies that operate without transparency. We need to restore local control, reinstate civilian oversight, and ensure that every municipal dollar be spent towards improving the lives of our communities, not further militarizing them. Because when police power creeps beyond the law, it doesn't just erode trust, it erodes democracy, and we can't afford to let that happen. So let's be clear. We will not be policed into silence. We will not be surveilled into submission. We will not let local power be surrendered by federal fascism. Our communities are not battlegrounds, our people are not threats, and our democracy is not negotiable.